Hey, TikTok. So this is like a story time, support time. I want to say I'm giving support to this young lady. So I came across this young lady's page, and her story resonates with me because her mom and she also comes from Detroit, and I'm from Detroit, and this story took over Detroit, and I'm sure it went nationwide viral. People was speaking about this story. So let's talk about it. So this man, as you see up there, that's our ex-mayor. His name is Kwame Kilpatrick. Kwame Kilpatrick was something else. He was a person that got arrested and sent to prison for embezzling money here in Detroit. I mean, he was kind of drunk with power, I would say. And he took advantage of being in office, and he did a lot. I don't know if you guys have heard of him and the things that he did here in Detroit, but it was a lot. He was doing the most, putting his people in office, letting them get contracts, embezzling money, had the police department under his thumb. He had a big affair with this lady, a bunch of mess. A lady that was in office. I think she also held a position, and I can't remember, Christine Beatty. It was a bunch of mess. They lied. They went, they were found guilty. He was sent to prison. But before he was sent to prison, it was like a cult story here about this lady that you see below. Her name is Tamara Green. And she was an exotic dancer. Not only was she an exotic dancer, she was also a business owner. And she went by the name of Strawberry. And it was supposedly a party that was down at the Manoogian Mansion. Now, the Manoogian Mansion is the mayor's mansion here in Detroit. And supposed to have been a lot of prominent, I guess, people down there, allegedly, and they were having this party. And the mayor's wife wasn't home. It was said that the mayor's wife went and bust down the doors, supposedly got a bet, and went and approached the dancer that was dancing on Kwame Kilpatrick. And supposedly it was supposed to be Tamara Strawberry. And that was a big rumor that was going around in the city of Detroit. Big rumor. Soon after this had happened, and it was like a cult story, this young lady was murdered. She was murdered in her car, and it was a man inside the car, but the man got away. We all felt that it was something real suspect to that story. I don't think they have found who has taken her life to this day, and that was years ago. Allegedly, the story behind that is he has some type of involvement. It was never proven. He didn't go to jail or do any time for that, but that was just the word on the curb. So I've been following this young lady, Ashley, and she's been trying to get her mother's story out. Now, what's even more deeper is that the young girl that you see to his left is her sister. Her sister favors Kwame, very much so. Now, we didn't know that there was anything more than just a party, but I guess who would really know anything, I guess, was insiders. But we did know that her mom was connected to Kwame. Looking at these side by sides, they look a lot alike. The young lady is trying to get her story out, and she wants it to be told, and she's hoping to connect with someone like 50 Cent or something. Let's help her. I hate getting fooled by people. I did support Kwame at first, but once you found out the background about him, his family, how they was talking about the people in Detroit, they thought they were so much better. They dogged us out, talking about we was fools, all kind of stuff. It was all on recorded conversations. But, he did go to prison, but it wasn't for in association with Tamara, or aka Strawberry. If you haven't heard of her story, there's a podcast that did a story on the mystery behind her death. And I want to say it's Strawberry something, or just look up Tamara Green. It's a very good podcast. I've listened to it while I'm at work. I am really tripping because if you look at them, you cannot tell me they do not look alike. That means it was very much deeper than just that party. And I'm sure Carlita probably knew about this lady. And maybe that's why she attacked her so hard. Next thing you know, when this lady came up and she was murdered, it was so suspicious. And people to this day still want to know what happened in that case. But because it was so much corruption in the city of Detroit at that time, their family never got answers. Let's help her get her story out. I mean, look at them. I don't think that's coincidence. She does favor this man. I don't know how, if they would ever be able to get DNA to prove that that's that child's father. I don't know how they would do it, but she definitely looks like them. I know he has twin boys. He was very arrogant, very, very, very arrogant. He got out of prison, and I don't think he lives here in Michigan anymore. I believe he moved. He's a pastor at a church. I don't know how anybody is going to a church that this man's preaching at, but hey, to each is their own. To each is their own. There's no way. Arrogant. One hustle to another. Arrogant. I'm telling you. But to look at this young lady and to look at Kwame Kilpatrick, to look at her mom, there was something going on besides just that party down at the Manigula Mansion. It's the reason why she ended up being murdered, I'm sure. Will we ever find out? I don't know. But I wish that the young lady Ashley gets connected with the right people to get Tamara Green, Strawberry's story out. This is crazy. But yeah, I really felt touched by looking at her TikTok and knowing that I lived through this. And I know people that was down at the party. They denied that the party even happened. We all know in the city it did. It was so much cover up. Really go and listen to that podcast about her mom's life. It is a great podcast. Please help her share this. Let her story get told. Her sister looks like this man, really. Let's support her. Get justice for Strawberry, for real. This is crazy.